Today we'll talk about the debt cycle. In this case, for this video, I actually wrote a script. So I hope it's good enough and it gives you information. As always, thank you for listening. A debt cycle is defined as continual borrowing that leads to increased debt, increasing costs, and eventual default. You can see the transition from a small move that grows and eventually transitions to default or market crashes and downturns. The constant tug of war between the bull and the bear, boom and bust. This shows in our portfolios as stocks that only go up, followed by a bloodbath as you see your gains fall faster than Wile E. Coyote realizing he isn't standing on solid ground anymore. These things are natural and should be celebrated. A bear market is an opportunity, while a bull market is your reward for making good decisions. If you are a new investor looking for an entry point, then you should be joyful when a sea of red shows up on a market visualization. Bear markets provide the following: 1. Lower points of entry. 2. Testing of your portfolio and thesis. 3. Lessons in the form of volatility. There's more to it, but those are the ones that I want to point out. I take these market downturns as a way to consolidate my holdings or even just invest more in my current picks if they have stood up to a bust cycle. Remember, these markets are cyclical. They always come around, and the only thing you do not know is when and what position you will be in financially to benefit from this. Oh, and bull markets are a time to trim and strengthen as well. During these markets, your portfolios can grow like weeds. Other stocks can suffer because your pre-picked tolerances can be violated by the doubling and tripling of stocks like Tesla, GameStop, and other movers. This imbalance can lead to vulnerabilities that threaten the health of your long-term vision. I take time during these markets to rebalance my holdings or fund underweighted positions if I do not want to sell those oh-so-sweet shares of Tesla. These markets have traps. It's like the person that looks good in the club but can't pass the lamp test. We all know things look different in the light, and so will those high-flying stocks that did well during a bull market. I am still crying about the 2017 crypto bull market. My elder mentors, BGS Ibmore and Dollar Will, told me, but I didn't listen. I didn't take profits. I didn't diversify into other markets and holdings. I hope you'll take my word for it when I say a bull market is also full of bullshit. Be careful what you step into. With that, I'll end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just a short little stream of consciousness, an explanation of debt cycles, and a way that the way that I think during these markets. My videos are mainly about mindset. There's a lot of videos that will tell you about stock predictions and picks and other ways of investing, but my videos are to help you through these times if possible. As I always say, my main audience is my nephew, and he's a person that's getting into these markets and I want to teach him more. But during that time, and while I'm trying to teach him in some way, shape, or form, so he can always go back on these, but during these markets or during these times, I want to actually help others as well. So I hope this helps, and I hope you understand a little bit more about the debt cycle. Look in the description for more information, more articles and videos, and then the actual definition of the debt cycle that I got from an article. One great video is How the Economic Machine Works by Ray Dalio. That is also in the description, and really he's the one that kind of came up with the concept of the debt cycle and explained it a little bit more. A loose rule of thumb or a loose thought about the debt cycle is that really it's something that happens every 8 to 10 years. So currently, with what we're going through and the 2020 COVID crisis, we were really overdue about 2 to 4 years. So with that being said, and that way of thinking, it's something that we should expect again in 2029, 2030, or 2032. And with everything that's going on and what's happened in 2008, or what happened in 2008, it's going to be even worse. The one before that was 2000 with the dot-com bubble. So you can see how these things play out, and how you had 2000, 2008, then you had around 2018, and then a little bit into 2020. So these things happen at varying points, but on average, it's the same thing. The biggest thing is just being ready for it and putting yourself in the proper place so that you can actually take advantage of all of it. Again, thank you very much. I appreciate you always.